Did you know Summershade is located in Metcalfe County? It is home to approximately 140 students preschool through 5th grade.
Summershade Elementary, also known as SSE, started as Summershade Institute, a college, in 1873. Then it became a normal, high-educated school, and then a high school. In 1924, in 1948, the high school moved to Edmonton, Kentucky, and SSE began serving grades 1 through 8.
We are making this documentary to pay tribute to our school. It has given us skills to carry forward and memories of our past.
As an example of a memory from SSE, we received from Dr. Tim England in response to our Facebook post requesting favorite memories of SSE. I'll read a portion of the letter. I enrolled there in August 1963, 3 years after it opened. Vera Page was my first grade teacher. She was a kind and patient lady. Everyone loved Miss Page. The school had a wonderful facility back then. Men and women who had spent many years honing their crafts and dedicated to the children. Rupert Wells, Mary Dale Martin, Edna Rush, Susie Harbinson, Dimple Brandstetter, Dennis Shirley, and Wendell Brandstetter. Our principal was James Depp, who was later succeeded by Mr. Brandstetter. I feel so lucky that I had this group to guide and encourage me. Fun. Elementary school was often just as fun. We lived for recess. That first year, I remember, we were allowed to bring our guns to school. Really? Along with our holsters and cowboy hats. I was a big fan of Roy Rogers. Still am. We played cowboys and Indians or sheriff and bank robber. And of course we participated in all the traditional playground games. Tag, hide and seek, Red Rover, and so on. We had a giant sliding board next to the flagpole, a merry-go-round that would throw you off if enough of us could work our way to the middle. Those left on perimeter would likely get flung, or they could hold onto the rail and fly.
We hope you enjoy Superstar Education, our student experience.
What is your favorite memory of SSE?
Oh, I guess it'd be recess when we used to go out and play ball all the time.
Who was your favorite staff member?
Mr. Brandstetter,
Why?
he was not only a good teacher, but he is a basketball coach and a softball coach and a baseball coach and everything. And he was my favorite teacher, and later he became principal.
Could you please select one concept or skill that you learned at SSE that helped you after you left?
I think spelling. I liked spelling when I was in school, and made me a pretty good speller. And when you can spell, you learn to write and read better.
What is your favorite memory of SSE?
My favorite memory of Summershade Elementary was when we played basketball against Edmonton and North Metcalfe, and they would meet here in the gym, and the atmosphere was just awesome because the stands would be full, the cheerleaders would be cheerleading. We just had a big time at all the basketball games.
Who was your favorite staff member?
Favorite staff member would have to be Miss Susie Harbison. That was my 5th grade teacher. It was her last year, and Miss Susie was here the entire time my brothers was here. So she had all my brothers and me, and I was her last class. And she cared about the students, and she loved her students, and I just loved Miss Susie Harbison myself.
Could you please select one concept or skill that you learned at SSE that helped you after you left?
Well, one of the skills we had was, when I was in 8th grade, was Willie Long, was history. He always wanted to teach us history. That was his favorite subject. And I guess I have a little knowledge and skill now when people ask history questions from learning from Mr. Long, because history is a big thing with him.
What was your favorite memory of SSE?
Probably my 4th, 5th, and 6th grade year being able to come up with our own dances. That was really fun.
Who was your favorite staff member?
Favorite staff member? My 1st grade teacher, Robin McMurtry.
Why?
She was just fun to be around. She was real fun in the way she teach. And she let us take these 2 stuffed animals home. Like every weekend, you was allowed to take them home and take them on adventures with you. And that was really fun.
Could you please select one concept or skill that you learned at SSE that helped you after you left?
Probably social skills. At SSE, they really want you to be with your other classmates. And you was able to interact with everybody. You wasn't in a big group of people, and your teacher could really help you too. So it kind of helped you understand how to study and understand how to learn.
Did you like the STLP program?
Yes, I did.
Would you like to be in the STLP again today?
Sure.
Then was STLP as full of technology as it would have been today?
Kind of. They made some new things like iPad and stuff.
Do you think you would have been harder then because there was probably not as much of technology resources?
No, not really.
Did you have fun at STLP?
Yes, I did.
What was your favorite part of STLP?
Going to the trips and stuff.
Did you like the STLP program?
Yes, I did.
Would you like to be in STLP again?
I think I would, just because I had so much fun in it here at Summershade.
Then was STLP as full of technology as it would have been today?
No, there's so much more new technology today that I feel like there's more advancements.
Do you think it would have been harder because there wouldn't maybe as much technology resources?
It would definitely have been easier today because of the advancements.
Yeah. Did you have fun at STLP?
Yes, I was with my friends a lot and we got to learn new things, so.
What was your favorite part of STLP?
Learning new things and getting to be with your friends.
That's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Subject. My favorite subject would probably most likely be science. Why? Because you get to do fun experiments, highly educational, and the best part is you just get to do all these crazy things that are out of your head.
Thinking back on field trips, assemblies, and other school events, what has been your favorite?
My favorite would probably be, well, I don't know really none of them. I've never had any science field trips. It's just my favorite subject.
What have you already learned that you can carry with you when you leave SSE?
Well, I learned that you can probably carry almost all your memories.
What is your favorite subject?
Math.
Why?
because I think it's fun.
Thinking back on field trips, assemblies, and other school events, what have been your favorite?
Going to YMCA.
What have you already learned that you can carry with you when you leave SSE?
To be friendly to everybody and make friends and be nice.
Hello, this is the present STLP people. Cameron, Grant, and Margaret. I'm Parker, and I'll be asking the questions. Do you like the STLP program so far?
Yes, because you can hang out with your friend and you learn a lot about technology.
Yes, and because it's like you get to learn about stuff, and it's just really a great time to hang out with your friends and learn. Yes, I do, because you learn new stuff about every time, about computers and all kinds of stuff like that, technology.
Second question. What is your favorite thing that you have learned so far?
My favorite thing was that there's different ways to make videos.
Like the panning and zooming, kind of like that. I thought that was really cool. And I learned like a little bit about Microsoft Word. I think it's pretty cool, and I like it.
Third question. Have you been to the fall showcase of the state STLP convention?
Yes, and there's a lot of other great projects about other people, and it's just fun.
What was your favorite experience there?
Well, we almost won. I think we won first place, second place, third place at the state showcase.
No, I have not been there, but I'm looking forward to it. Yes, I have been there, and it's pretty cool. Like seeing everybody else's projects, especially the high schoolers. Theirs was pretty cool.
What was your favorite experience there?
Going around and seeing them.
Fourth question. What has been the technology resource that you have learned about that you would like to learn about further?
Well, we've been learning about other ways to make videos like Movie Maker and use videos, and I cannot remember those.
What has been the technology resource that you have learned about that you would like to learn about further?
I learned about Movie Maker and Animoto. I think they're really cool.
And that's all the questions. Our camera lady we have today is Jacqueline.
I'm good, thank you.
I'm good. What positions did you hold at SSE?
Well, in 2009, I came out of retirement to be able to serve as an interim guidance counselor, SAM, which stands for School Administrative Manager, and I also worked with the Family Resource Program. So that was a very enjoyable year for me. And then this year I had the great opportunity to come back on board and work as a teacher of exceptional children, in addition to helping fill in for some principal duties while Miss Dorothy McCubbin had to be away. So and even prior to working in those capacities, I used to serve as a tutor at this school back when I was in college.
What did you most want for these students while at SSE?
I think I can very generally say I simply wanted them to have the best education possible. I wanted them to be exposed to things that would prepare them for the next level of education, if it be the middle school or wherever they were going in life, and to make them career ready so that whatever skills we're giving them here at this school, they would be prepared when they went on to college or to the military or to the workforce.
What were your favorite 2 memories at SSE?
As a staff member, just the general day in, day out of seeing students, getting hugs from them as you're in the hallway, or finding out exciting things that's been going on in their lives. I was also a student at this school when it opened in 1959. I was in the very first grade, brand new building. And back then, my memories go all the way back to fall festivals, which we still have those to this day, and lots of fun with those. Basketball games, very competitive with other schools in our county and in other districts as well. But just the day in and day out, seeing students, getting to know them, getting those hugs, and also just interacting with them and with the teachers as well. It's a very special place. It's more like a family than a school here, isn't it?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Thank you. One of those hugs.
What years was your father principal at SSE?
My dad became principal in 1968. He had been teaching here prior to that. As a matter of fact, he was my 8th grade teacher. And when I went to the high school, that was his first year of being a principal. And that would, as I said, that was in 1968, and he remained active as an administrator here at Summer Street Elementary until about the mid-1980s. I have to go back and look exactly, but he put in 36 years of education here at this particular school.
What other positions did he hold?
That's a great question, because back then, you were allowed as a teacher to wear many hats. So my dad was a teacher. He was a basketball coach. He was the softball coach. He was the football coach. He drove the bus. He also probably even did a lot of janitorial activities around. He was the 8th grade teacher for most of those years, and then of course became the principal of the school.
What morals or work skills did you think were important to your dad?
My dad, interestingly enough, I was told by so many students, the things that he did for students at the school, things that we never actually knew, the things of giving kids opportunities that he felt like were going to prepare them for the real world. And he truly believed in hard work and dedication and being committed, but he also saw potential in students that, to this day, I am reminded, people tell me things that he said or did for them and gave them opportunities, such as taking them on field trips to Nashville or to Frankfurt, to places that they would have never gotten to go otherwise. He also provided, there is a professor in Texas right now who's from here that my dad started him out in a role of being an MC at some 4-H shows, and even had him be an announcer at the softball games in the summer. And he now is a professor in Texas and often communicates with me about things that my dad did that prepared him and gave him the confidence that he needed to know that he could make big and better things.
What was your favorite memory of your dad at SSE?
Probably the basketball games. As a coach, he was so passionate, and we had wonderful teams. Of course, back then we were up to the 8th grade, so we were competitive. We played schools such as Temple Hill Elementary. We played Edmonton, North Metcalf. We had tournaments here. And so the basketball is the one thing that comes to my mind. Also, the field trips. And since I was a child, or I guess you would say, I got to do some things at an early age to go along on field trips that they went to, such as to Nashville, to Frankfurt, to Harrodsburg, just to different places that many students wouldn't have got to do otherwise.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
What years were you or have been a part of the SSE staff?
I started teaching at Summershade in the fall of 1974, and I taught through the spring of 1994, and then I went to the middle school.
What positions did you hold at SSE?
Most of the time I taught 4th grade. There were 2 years in there I had just 3rd graders, and 2 years I had 3rd grade and 4th grade because there were small classes. And the last 3 years I taught 8th grade.
What did you want most for these students while at SSE?
Well, I guess most teachers always say they want their students to learn, and I did. And I just always, my goal as a 4th grade teacher was to prepare them so they'd be successful at 5th grade. I didn't have to feel like I had to prepare them to be successful in life at that time, just to be good students in 5th grade. But I think another thing that we wanted to do was to help them enjoy learning, to make it fun.
What are your 2 favorite memories at SSE?
Well, probably one of the best memories I had was preparing for the 7th and 8th grade banquets we did when Summershade was a kindergarten through 8th grade school. They were big productions. We worked on them for months, the teachers did, and the students got such enjoyment from them, and they made such good memories. I bet most of you that have parents that went to Summershade, like both of your parents, will remember their 7th and 8th grade banquets as being a highlight, and I really enjoyed that. And I guess the other good memories were just the staff and the other teachers I worked with. We just had fun. You know, we talked together a lot, and we worked toward the same goals. We did a lot of fun things with the students together, like we'd do crazy skits for them and things like that. And just, we were all pretty, I guess you'd say, hard teachers, and gave a lot of homework, and they did a lot of work, but we tried to do a lot of fun stuff too.
Okay, thank you. What years have you been a part of the SSE staff?
Of the SSE staff, I was over 20 years now that I've been here. I first started in the Metcalfe County school systems in 1990, and I used to cook. So I did on occasion come to Summershade and do cooking until I became an aide in 1992.
What positions do you hold at SSE?
Well, one position was I was a cook, and I did come here and cook on occasion. And since 1992, I have been a Title I paraeducator. And that's where I do mostly reading. I was hired first as a reading aide. At that time, we didn't have a computer lab, so we had to go to the classrooms and we had to teach children their reading interventions within the classroom setting.
What did you want most for the students while at SSE?
I love to read. And my love of reading is what I want to share and hopefully develop the love of reading in all of my students that I worked with over the years.
What are your favorite 2 memories at SSE?
I have so many favorite memories here. One time we did an entire school trip to an Indian powwow, and it was wonderful. We went and we watched the Indians. We were allowed to participate in the dancing. It was in a park. We took the entire school, and after we watched the Indians and participated in their activities, we had a packed lunch. They put all of us on school buses and drove to a cave. I'm not sure where the cave's location was. I believe it was in the northern part of Metcalfe County. And when we went to the cave, we went down into the cave with all of the children, with all of the, what are those containers we carry the lunches in, the sack lunches, all the coolers. And there were all sorts of tables set up, just like a lunchroom in the cave. That's how big the cave was. It was bigger than our own lunchroom. And it was just wonderful to sit there in the cave, and the kids were very excited. We had a wonderful time. We had our lunch there, and then we came back to the school. It was a great day. The other time was when I was with STLP, and we were at the state competition, and they have the state award that SSE was part of, and that was very exciting when they won the state award. And then we came back the following year, and Summershade Elementary won the district award. They only give about 28 district awards in the state, and Summershade Elementary won one of those with the school history project. I was very proud of them.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What years were you or have been a part of the SSE staff?
I began my teaching career here in 1973, and I stayed until 1994 until a new middle school was built for Metcalfe County Middle School, and because I taught 7th and 8th grade, I had to move with the middle school.
What positions did you hold at SSE?
I was a reading teacher, and then I became the 7th and 8th grade social studies and science and math teacher.
What did you want most for the students while at SSE?
Probably I wanted them to have a good basis for whatever high school would offer, so they needed a good basis in reading and math. And I also wanted them to get some skills that they would use in real life, that they could go on and get a job in case they didn't want to go to college or they didn't want to do technical schools. They had to have the basis for that, and I hope that they would gain that. One other thing I might bring up is that by teaching history, I also taught Kentucky history, and we worked with Kentucky Junior Historical Chapter, and I wanted them to get some information about our local community and county, and many of them had an opportunity to make some pictures of things to share with their family and to record some history here.
What are your favorite 2 memories at SSE?
Oh, I don't know that I can have 2 favorite memories. Probably I would say the programs, the PTO programs and reading programs, 8th grade banquets and graduation. Those were special times for students here and gave them an opportunity to perform or develop communicating skills and things that they could have fun with at the time and then carry on through their life. And there are always things that happen during those programs and things that we laugh about and can talk about. And for students who have come back and talked to me afterwards, those are a lot of the memories that they have. Graduation was special because everybody was dressed up and looked really nice, and it was an important part to be an 8th grader.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
What years were you or have been part of the SSE staff?
I started here in fall of 1999, and then I worked full-time as a teacher till 2008, and since then I've been a sub for different classes.
What positions did you hold at SSE?
When I first got here for 5 years, I worked as the music teacher for here in North Metcalfe, and then I switched and did 2nd grade for a little while, and then 6th grade for a year.
What did you want most for the students while at SSE?
I hope that I encourage them to want to love learning and love knowing about a lot of different kinds of things and just finding out things and making an adventure out of school.
What are your 2 favorite memories of SSE?
Well, I'd have to say the Christmas programs were a lot of fun, and along with those, the dance programs that Mr. Landrum and I and different ones, PE teachers did over the years were probably my favorite things. One other thing that we did that I enjoyed a lot, it was a Titanic exhibit for the whole school, and the 6th graders put it on and dressed up in costume and learned about a lot of different aspects of that, learning how to do research. And so that was probably the most enjoyable because it involved the entire school.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing fine, enjoying my job at the central office and continuing to work.
What years were you or have been part of the SSE staff?
I was here from about 2006 to about 2009.
What positions did you hold at SSE?
I was the principal.
What did you want for most of the students while at SSE?
I wanted them to get a good education and learn and start becoming an active citizen and be a part of society.
What are your favorite 2 memories at SSE?
Gosh, there are a lot of memories that I enjoyed while I was at Summer Shade. One of my favorite ones was of course being named as the principal and then going into the gym and having all the students congratulate me and shout and sing and had posters and things. I guess my next one I would pick would just be the satisfaction from having our scores to go up and improve and interacting on a daily basis with the students.
Well, thank you for coming out and let me interview you.
Well, you're welcome, and I enjoyed coming. Thank you.
We did this project because Summershade Elementary is a small school and it means so lot to us. The things we have learned, we've learned here. SSE has lots of clubs, field trips, and activities. There's KJHS, STLB, Beta, FCS, and academic team. Battle of the Books is one of the activities there is. Also, book fair, honor roll, and awards. The Global Science Center is an educational field trip. We have also been to Hot Rods, Pumpkin Patch, Zoo, and to other occasional places. We have awards every 9 weeks for math, reading, science, and social studies. We have honor roll after we get our grade card. All A's and B's are the only ones that get honor roll. Kids work hard at Summershade Elementary. People love this school. It's like family. Summershade Elementary is a very educational place to live. We love SSE.